Hello, funnel hackers, fellow funnel hackers. Blah. So websites, building a website in T4S. It's a question I'm asked a lot actually. Can I build a website in T4S? And the short answer is yes. You're building web pages, so what you put on them is entirely up to you. But there are a couple of tricks you can do to make it more of a website experience of building. For example, the automatic menu, which adds pages to your website automatically in a menu rather than having to manually update it. Or you can update it manually with the menu element, and I'll cover that as well. But yeah, the automatic menu is a particularly key one for websites. So I'm not going to go into the pros and cons of landing pages versus websites. That's a whole different conversation. I'm just going to accept the fact that you want to build a website in T4S. So I'm just going to just drag over this sort of thing we're going to do. So this is not award winning, but it's a more of a classic website. The landing page, it's got the menu, the drop downs and so on, that you have, and the menu across the top, and email and telephone, and an opt-in here could be whatever it is, and that's what we're going to build. The funnel I end up with, or the website in bunny quotes, is going to be available on the T4S marketplace to accompany this video, like all of them, so you can take it and use it should you wish, and we'll have a look at how it's built. But that's what we're going to go ahead and build. Okay, so let's start. Like always, these are zero prepared, other than building a template for me to follow. It's a little bit prepared, but it's going to be a work along with me. So you can sit side by side and do stuff should you wish, or you can just watch along. Right, so let me put my specs on so I can see what I'm doing. And then let's move that out of the way and pop that over there. So what I've done is I've created a brand new funnel and I've put on some pages. Now this is a good idea. If you're building a website, work out the pages at least you're going to start with. So here I've got a home page, an About Us page. I'm going to have 3 pages as drop downs underneath About Us of, in this case, technology, marketing, website building, just for the sake of an example company, a shop page and a contact us page. So that's what we're going to build. Now, a couple of things you want to bear in mind. I'm going to assume you're going to use the automatic funnel that populates them, so you can add pages and take pages and the menu will automatically update accordingly. So if I'm going to do that, I'm going to use this burger icon down here. I'm also going to add a locked page. Actually, let's do a locked page, because there's absolutely no reason why you can't have locked pages. So we'll have a login page, and we're going to have a locked page which won't appear unless the person is logged in. And that could be a course, it could be a members area, and it could be whatever. So let's just refresh that page so I get all the bits and pieces, and we're down here. So that's going to be a locked page which I just lock with the padlock. So only people who are a member can see that page, and the automatic menu reflects that accordingly. Right, so the burger icon, which is 2 bits of bread and a bit of meat in between. This is what you use to create this automatic menu. So I'm going to do that before I dive into the page. I'm going to click on here and say that's my top level. Now the next 3 are drop down items of About Us. So there's the About Us, and the next ones I'm going to click twice. So it sort of shows a second level. And then I'm back to my top level. My top level, login is going to be my top level, and my locked page will be a drop down of the login page if it's been, see, that's not very good, is it? That's not very good. Let's put it as a top menu item. Put it as a top menu item, and let's put our contact us page down the bottom there. So that gives us our structure. So locked page will only appear once you've logged in, and contact us at the end. Yep, that looks good. Right, now the last thing to do before we edit the page, and this is important because by default these menus, menu buttons, they create a menu down the side. So for courses or membership areas, it's an automatic menu creation. We don't want that. We just want our drop down at the top. So you go into design, colors and fonts, and down on the bottom here you can choose the layout for those pages with a menu, and we want to change that to do not display, so we don't have the one down the side of the menu, down the side of the page. We're only going to use our menu element as it says in brackets there, do not display, and save. Bosh. Alright, so that's our website planned out. Now we're going to go ahead and start creating. So as I say, I'm going to create this page, and I'm going to sort of go through and work through what we have to do for it. See if I can remember. Okay, so the top one is a 2-column container, and it's 2 columns, so I can have the menu over here and I can have the logo over here. All right, So let's just whack in the logo first of all. It's an image. I've got a dummy logo I'm using, which I'll just upload, which is that one there. Pop, boom. Alright, so that's my logo, which I'm using for demonstration purposes only. And I don't want that up there, so I can get rid of that. And on the left hand side, I want to put my menu. I'm just going to quickly drag that across like that, just to get a suitably sized logo to give me space for my menu. And I click plus, and I go down and choose menu. And by default, it's the automatic one. And by default, there it is, including the lock page because I'm logged in. Don't need that. Get rid of that. And pop. And then underneath there, I want to put a little paragraph of my telephone 01232. It's made up number, by the way, so God knows what you'll get if you call it. Please don't. And then email support@whatever.com. Highlight the email, underline it because I want to show that it's clickable, click on hyperlink, paste my, type my email address and click on sending an email, so that if people click on it, it launches their email client. Bob. I'm not going to worry about design for the moment. I'm just going to get all the content on the page. Okay, so that's my top one. So you can see there, that's going to be that and that. Right, so the next one is a nice big headline. So this is this nice big headline here. So let's pop in a new container and put in my key benefit your customers will receive. It's about them. It's about the benefit of your customers. It's not about you. It's about them. In fact, I'm not going to put in a paragraph. I'm going to add a heading for search engine optimization, which is more important for websites and possibly landing pages where you'll be driving traffic through. Websites may well be more important for search engine optimization. So those headings, heading 1 and heading 2, it wraps a little tag in the code which Google and so on can spot as a key headline, hence the reason for heading and subheading. Right, let's click on that and get rid of that. So that's our next container, and then underneath that we're going to have 2-column container, bunch of text and an image. So let's do that. 2-column container. I'm going to copy all of this so I haven't got to type it, which will drive you all mad. Benefit, features, boom, videos a great way, boom, 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 and if you are selling yourself, boom. I use Control Shift and V or Command Shift and V on a Mac because then it strips out any styling. Because if you're copying and pasting from other documents, particularly Word, you can get a right mess. So Control Shift V, raw text paste, and then I can just tidy it up. Right, over here I want my image, and we'll put a little glow and shadow and all that kind of stuff in there in a bit. But for now, let's just pop our photo in here. Videos are awesome. If you can get a video on there, even better because they're mega engaging. Photo, make it relevant to what you're selling. If it's a product, make it product. If it's you. If it's not, try and stir up emotions with some sort of image that supports the body of the text. This one I'm using because it looks nice and gives me something to play with. Okay, so let's get rid of that, and I'll come back and style that image and make it look nice afterwards. Now I am going to add a paragraph underneath because captions of images and videos behind the headline are often the second most read item. So use captions as they are often the second most read page element. If you think about when you're looking at anything on print or on web, if there's a photo with a caption, you nearly always read the caption. So bear that in mind, otherwise I'll just drop that down. Drop that down now while I'm here. This, I want to highlight this column and put some space in, and I want to make that, I'm going to go for full justification myself. Right, little bit of layout. Let's just move that down, but so I'll come back to the layout in a bit. Right, what else have we got? We've got a subheading to break up the page with an email list down here. So let's do that. Add 2 columns. The first one is going to be, I want a subheading for search engine optimization. So Control Shift V, because I've copied that from somewhere else. Get rid of you. And then add some text. And then I'm going to copy, click, Control A, Control Shift V for paste without styles. Oops. Pressed another key there as well, didn't I? Right, give them a purpose, so let's just boom, 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 and boom, boom, boom. And on the right hand side, I might as well use that text element there. Pop that in there, and then I want an opt-in email to get them to join my list. I'm going to leave this 2 columns here as halves, but these ones here I'm going to go back to thirds. When you're designing a page, if you're not sure, always use halves, thirds, quarters, fifths, you know, standard percentages, 50%, 33%, because the human eye likes order, and you don't want people looking at your page and going, oh, what a nice design, and not reading the words. You want them to read the words and not even notice a good design. A good design goes unnoticed. A bad design gets noticed. We don't want that. Right, so that's that, and I want that to be bold. And the last thing I've got down here is just a bit of copyright and stuff like that. You could put in terms and conditions, a link to a terms and conditions page, that sort of thing. We'll just stick in here. Company Limited, and then we could replace, you know, our email on there again, or email. Email at what did I put? Whatever.com. Copy that, underline it, stick in a hyperlink, paste, and tick sending an email. Bosh. And center. And then we'll move it down. Now I tend to put spacing in for the containers rather than just dragging the element down. Both work, it's just force of habit. I like to keep all that container and only use the space at the top and bottom where needed. So we want that. We'll move that down. Bosh. And that's for now. I had a bit of space at the top here as well because that's all a bit too tight. Right, and save. So that's the basic layout of our home page. Now I want to start putting in some colours. So up here, set page or background colour. I'm using that one there, I think. Am I? Let me just check to see if, yep, they match. That's that one, that's fine. And I'm putting a gradient. I'm putting a gradient in at the top here because it's just nice. So the way I'll do that is by going to our top container, choosing more to get the background, and I'm going to stick in 2 colours here. So from dark to light, light being the page colour itself. And then I tick this box, and that then lets me create a gradient. And you'll see there that I don't want the container to move down, but I do want to put some space in, a bit more space. Okay, that's actually a bit dark. Can't remember what I did now on this one. Doesn't really matter, does it? There we go. Just to sort of break up the top of the page. I think I might have got that. There we go. Right, so what's next? Let's concentrate on the top here. So the menu, I want to make it dark brown and Oswald and slightly bigger. So click on the menu item. This is where it's ticked to automatically add the pages, so leave that ticked. Here you can see it gives you a chance to change that, which we did right at the start by saying don't display the sidebar. And the text colour I want to be dark brown. I want it to be Oswald, and I want to make the font a bit bigger. Like that. Yep, cool. And I'm actually going to put a bit more space in at the top. I think I've messed up my angle there. 180 degrees is whoop, boom, graphic gradient top to bottom. So put the space at the bottom as well there. Beautiful. Right, and this text here, there's sort of a dark greyish black. That's not going to look great, so I'm just going to change that to black and the link colour to black as well. You could change the link colour to brown, but I think I'll leave it all. Whoop. No, black. Bosh. Okay, so let's save that, and that gives us the top of the page. Slightly bigger than what I had before, but no matter, that's fine. Slightly different pages, doesn't matter. Right, key benefit. I'm going to use my two fonts I'm going to use are Open Sans for my body text, and for my headlines I'm going to use Oswald. I'm going to stick to that dark brown. I'm just going to make that bigger because that's a nice big one. So two fonts. I'm not going to have more than two fonts. Use more than two fonts just because you can doesn't mean you should. Again, you don't want people trying to work out, oh, why does he use that font there and that font there? Good design gets unnoticed. So one font for the headline, one font for the body text if you're going to use more than one. Right, this, again, I want that to be black. Let me scroll down, I want that to be black. And the image. So the effect I've gone for on the image is sort of roundy corners with a slight glow. So let's do that. Click on the image. Under borders, I can give it a nice little sort of round. And here I can choose small glow. Lovely. I think I'm going to click on this column and give it a bit more space. There. White space is important. Or orange space in this case. Right, let's carry on. Let's use this one. So I want that to be Oswald because it's a heading. And I want it to be dark brown. I think I'll go slightly bigger. The words I want to be black. Bosh. And the words here I want to be black. Actually that's bold, isn't it? So we'll black and black. And this I want to be fully justified, and I want some space in that column there to the right. Whoop. Boom. The last thing is that button. I'm just going to quickly change this to black as well. Black and link color black. And I'm going to make that font size slightly more smaller because it's a footer at the end. Right, last thing is this button. So I click on the button, highlight it all, sign up now. Background color under the More tab. I'll choose follow. Remember, too many colors again distracts. So if you're choosing a color scheme, minimal. Use colors, but don't have 20 odd colors on your page because people will be going, oh, lots of colours rather than looking at the words. So set background colour that. I'm going to do a slight rollover colour. So it sort of rolls over and changes. And the border, I'm going to make a sort of a, actually I think black looks good. And I'm going to tick this box here, pushing when click, so that when people click on it on the page, it looks like it's pushing in, which is quite a nice effect. And save. And there we go. Right, let's preview it. It's going to look exactly the same, but hey, we'll do that. And it's a reasonably looking web page. I mean, it's not going to win awards, but it does what it says on the tin, and it informs people what I'm doing and gives them a nice call to action. So it's not bad. Right, so about the drop-down menus here. So the menus will reflect whether they're logged in or not. So I'm logged in, so I get the locked page appear. If I wasn't logged in, if I go to an incognito browser, then the locked one shows what it says. Remember, I'm logged in. I'll come back and show you that out at the end. Let's just check that I've been sensible here. Yes, I have. I'll come back and show you at the end that when I'm logged out. So let's go back and edit our page. Right. So that page is pretty much done, so that's quite cool. Now what I really want to do is start to get this as simple as possible to maintain all the other pages. So what I'm going to do, now I've got this top container happy, I'm going to edit this container. I'm going to click up here and save it to my library. Now if you've not used libraries before, it's a special funnel in your account where you can shove stuff and then pull it out of there and drop it onto other pages. So I'm going to save this. I've got a whole bunch of stuff already, but I'm going to do here website header. So if you're using this in the taking it to the marketplace, you can go in and edit pages automatically. Oops, hang on a second. I keep doing something wrong there. 180. There we go. Click and save. You can go in and edit the pages individually, but in the funnel, in my funnel, I'll have a copy of what I'm doing now. Now, the funnel itself doesn't come with the library funnel, so when you get it from the marketplaces, all the pages will look the same. That's great, but there's no reason why you can't create in your library funnel a header, which you can then use to drop into all the pages quickly. Remember that the automatic menu will update automatically. This is just the overall look and feel. So website header and save. Okay. So if I switch pages to About Us, save that, About Us, what I can do here is, you have to start off with one here, but I can then add from my library, I forgot where it is, library, choose library, I can choose my website header, and it drops it in for me automatically, which is rather nice and saves me a load of work, which is also nice. I'll just get rid of that container because I don't need that now, and I need just to set the page background to that, and away I go. So that would now be the About Us page, and what I'm going to do off this video is go through all the pages so they've all got that in place. But let's go to our home page and refresh. Click on About Us, and there's our About Us page. Home page, back to home page. Very quick, very easy way of, I could sit here and record it all, but I could do all of those pages and we could have a website up in, what, an hour? Right, I'll do that one more time. I'll change pages to technology services. Got to add a container to start with, so then we can add a library, Bosh, choose website header, Bosh, get rid of that one, delete, and set my... Now the other way you could do this, once I've got that page on the funnel manager, because there's always more ways to do this, I could then, having done technology, I could just duplicate that page. Boom, 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 boom. That's the other way. So let's say I had another page called, we've got technology, marketing, website, social media services. There's a reason I'm here, because I'm going to come back to this navigation label in a second. Copy. Puts it in there, so I want that, I'll leave that there. I want it on the menu, but I want it to be a sub menu. There we go. And it's not updated. Boop. Let's resave that home page. There we go, social media services. Now, I want these pages to be called technology services, marketing services, social media services, because for SEO, search engine optimization, I want that to appear in the results or when sharing the page on social media. But on the menu, I don't necessarily want to use the same words. You can imagine that if this was particularly longer, let's go, let's choose this one, for example. Let's call this web technology and hosting services, for want of a better way. And let's refresh our page. Oh, I've got caching going on here. Let me just go into the home page and just resave that. I'm just resaving the home page just to refresh it. There we go. There we go. That's too long. That's too long. I want it shorter. Now you can change the label of what appears on the menu by editing the page details. And there's a box here which is completely optional and only used in this situation where you want to technology services. Only want to change what appears on the menu. So let's do an update. Let's see if I've got caching sorted out. So let's go in there and just sort home page, resave it, just to flash out the changes, and F5. There we go. So let's pick that label up to show on there, but the page itself, let's go to it. Up the top here, if I hover over that, you'll see it's web technology and hosting services. So for the SEO and sharing on social media, the page title is the page title, but the menu is something shorter because I didn't want that long words there. And away we go. So what else have we got? Marketing services. I think I've done that. Oh no, so let's just add a container, add a library icon, pop, website header, pop, delete that one, delete, bosh, change the background page, page is ready to go. So remember, when you come into this one, pick a page, click on that top container if you want to do this. Make sure that gradient's 180, I'll work that out. And then click on here, save to library, and then you can save that into your own library funnel, and then you can do what I'm doing here. What you were doing there is, after you've added it to your library, you can then go to add a, oh, I've done that one already, website building, bosh, and then I'm going to go on to the contact us page once I've done this one more time. Website header, pop, delete that top container, pop, page, oh no, it's this one I want to do, sorry, page background color, pop, save. Now let's pick contact us. So how can you do a contact us form? Well, let's just start exactly the same way. Excuse me. Library, website header, bosh. Sound effects are vital for this. You have to make sound effects. Bish, bash, bosh. Right, so contact us. Let's put in a 2 column here. Let's say contact us. I'm not going to worry about winning awards just for now. Let's make that Oswald. Let's make it the dark brown. I should make that the same font size as on the home page, but I'm just going to go with it for now. And here you can put your telephone, 1232, whatever it might be, made up number, and then you could have another one with your address, 54 the High Street, Cambridge, made up address, Cambridgeshire, CB1 133AC, whatever. Anything else you might want to put on there? Email. Now email, we're going to have a contact us form. So we click on here and we choose, where are you boy, where are you? I always forget where the form is. Form elements, form. Send us a question or comment. This one, we're going to drag it down a bit. I'm going to change the text color to black because we need that with the yellow background really. Fonts, let's go with Oswald again. Why not? And label a bit bigger and dark brown. Right, design your form. I'm not going to go to form elements, look at the tutorials video, but here I'm basically saying that your name is optional, but email and comments are mandatory. Name of the form, so website, contact us, that's just so you know where it's come from. Where's it going to go to? That would be your email address. And what happens afterwards? Well, they can either go to another page, or in this instance, a nice little pop-up. So I'm just going to type that. Thank you. We will be in contact within 48 hours. Don't say as soon as possible because that's vague. Give a deadline and stick to it. That's it. Save. Click on the button. Send message. And let's follow the same as we did before. Button, slight rollover. That'll do. Borders we set for black, Didn't have a shadow. Shadows, it's up to you whether you have a shadow or not. I'll say no. And push in when clicked. So, boop, boop. I actually think this should be aligned with this. Now I can either drag it down. Oh yeah, that'll do for now. And this I could do that. There we go. And save. And that's our contact us page done. Simples. I actually think I've only got shop and logged in. Shop, shop you can imagine you do. You could have a series of buy now buttons with images and so on. So let's quickly do that. God knows where that came from. Raiders of the Lost Ark, I think. Okay, right to lead in page, background colour is that, and we put in a one column container and we go here and go shop. What we've got, that's good enough, I'll just say shop for now. You can play around with that. Oswald, I want it dark brown and I want it bigger. Now the reason I've done that as a one column container is that I can now follow that with a 3 column container. Because what I can now put in here is some things that I'm selling. I think that would be a subheading underneath there. In fact, this, I never did that, did I? That, whoops, there. That should be a heading on all these pages. And that should be better than shop because that's going to be rubbish for SEO. That would be, that should be called Web Technology Solutions Shop. Something like that. So let's just pop that in there, let's do it into there, and let's give it a nice font, and then get rid of that boy. Bish bash bosh, boom, gone. This I'm just going to drag down because I'll use white space. Right, so this is the product name. Oh my god, product name. I made that Oswald, but I'm going to leave that as black, and then we're going to put in some. We'll play around with that in a minute. A description. If I could type a description of what the product is, focusing on the benefits to the customer. Now that could be, a link to a page of more information, or you can do a. No, I just use a. Oops, didn't want to do that. Didn't want to do that. What I wanted to do was stick a buy button and center it. And I'm going to get rid of that. Actually, I'm going to click on the cut, copy, paste so I can do 2, 3 and get rid of all of those. Move that down a bit. So you can see if you've got lots of things on a shop page, how funnels and shops convert better and worse. Because if you've got a funnel focusing on, one problem, one solution, one benefit, one call to action, the only decision they've got to make is do I or don't I. With a shop with menus and all the rest of it, the conversion rates drop. But we're not going to go there. We said we wouldn't talk about that, so let's not. Right, I'm now going to copy all of these. Copy and paste and paste. Now I want some spacing in here because that's too squished. So what I'll use is the column. So space to the left, 22. Column, make them all the same, and then the widths will be all exactly the same. Let me save that because if you want this flush to the edge, you've got to get a bit more arty-farty. So if I want that to be 0, I want this to be 0, which you may well want. You can see the middle one has got too much space in it now, so you've got to then play around with getting this spot on, and it's a bit of a faff to do, and you can do it, but you just have to play around with a bit of mathematics to get it to look exactly the same. So It's up to you whether you bother or not. So there you go. That, or if you're into results, just make them all like that. You could even, if you want to, you could put a space at the top, a space at the bottom, and let's put our colour inside to a I quite like that showing up like that actually. It's quite interesting, playing around a bit now. So what we'll have to do is do that and that, and borders, make it a nice roundy. I'm playing now. So what we will need to do is make this white and this white. I think that needs to come down to that's better. Now all of these, I'm going to click on all of these, get rid of them, copy, paste, boom. There we go. Quite like that. Now I think on the images we could set a small glow, and actually I'm going to set the radius to 5, and I'm playing really now. You can see, so I'm not going to go on much further because you can see it's just now a matter of playing around with what you've got. Boom, and save. Okay, so where are we with all of that? Think of heavy glow, small glow, please. Thank you. That's better. Right. So where does that leave us? That's pretty good. I think for the sake of this demonstration, so we don't go on too much, I'm going to get rid of the login page and the members page because I think we're going to combine too much in one go. So I'm going to just leave this as a public website, just like that. And I think, where else have we got? Have we done website building? I think we've done them all now. Let's oh dear, I've got to go and go to me cache. I was going to go to my home page. I'm just going to reset it. It loads up the new menu there, save, and then I can just F5 it. Why have I got my caching going on here? Can't sort that out. Never mind. There we go. So there's the about us. If you've got caching problems, all you've got to do is zip through the pages and just quickly resave them. Doesn't take 2 minutes. So I'll quickly do all that just to show you. That'll do. Okay, marketing, and then we've got our shop with our buy now, which won't work because we haven't set it up, but you set up the buy button just like any buy button. See the buy button tutorials on T4S.site/tutorials if you want to specifically know how to set up buy buttons. I'm going to go back to that shop. That's bugging me now. Just need to. So if you've got caching problems, just go to your page, just resave it. There you go. I'll do the same for that. Contact us as well. Bosh, boom. Right, contact us. There we go. Happy days. I mean, that's the website done. Right, now, mobiles. So let's just zip through here and check our mobiles. By mobiles, I mean, is my tablet view looking okay? I'm not too fussed about tablet. Now, this is an interesting one. So I could move that down there. But tablets and mobiles all vary in width. So I think what I want to do, I'm actually going to go back, and rather than having this inside this 2-column container, underneath here I'm going to put in a 1-column container. I'm going to take that, cut it, and bosh, paste with bosh. So the same effect on desktop, but you'll see what that's done in terms of tablet and mobile. What it means I can do is, you see, this means that I can now line that up. Yeah, that's much better. And mobile, yike. Notice that the menu goes into a mobile menu. Now, if I'd have put the logo on the left and the menu on the right, the logo would appear at the top and the menu would appear underneath. So I'll just show you that, just out of interest to see what I mean. So if I cut that and paste that, and then these two, I'm going to copy that, cut, bosh, paste, bosh, and then this I'm going to drag it over. Now these things here, click on the menu, I want that on the right, and I want this on the right. Actually, I prefer that. I like that. I like that. I like that. Let's have a look. Yeah, more normal, I guess, to have the logo like that. So, tablet, fine. You can see the menu appears up there. Mobile, it appears underneath there. Little bit of tidying up I've got to do here. I'm just going to drag that down, and that I'm going to make that, and let's get that all on one line. That's cool. And the menu, I'm just going to move that down so it's not squished in. So when people get on their phone, people know that the burger icon is the menu. They click on that, and let's just show. I'll show it to you in a second, and then it'll appear. But while we're here, we need to get this font to a smaller one. Let's remember 38. The column here, I want to get rid of the space that I put in, remember? The image I'm just going to drag down a bit. Subheading. Well, 38 was the main heading, so we need 32. Needs to be a bit smaller, doesn't it, really? This is a column we put some space in. We don't need that on mobile. Bosh. This needs to just be moved down a bit, and possibly even, yeah, I think left aligned as well. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Maybe we could move that down a bit. There we go. And then we got our mobile version. Happy days. Yeah, that's all fine. And I mean, on here we could possibly make this more of a 50-50 jobby. Yeah. Well, actually, I think, you know what I'm thinking is, I think people want to see content, so let's do that. Yeah, that's nice. So we've got thirds up there and halves down there, like that. And that's there. What have I done here? What have I done here? Okay, so this is now Simon working out what the hell's going on here. I want that there. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be a problem I'm going to try and solve. What have I done? What have I done? Whoops. Oh, just me computer having a funny. Fair enough. Click and drag, sorts itself out. Happy days. Thank you, computer. Right. What I did want to do was just make that bold as an introduction. Yeah, that's nicer. You could make it a slightly bigger one if you had two text elements there and make the bigger one a bigger font. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is we take that, we put in a paragraph, oops, dropped in, so I'm just going to paste that above. Bosh, Control-Shift-V so I don't get any nasty styling stuff. And then that I could make the font size a bit bigger, maybe even, whoops, bold it. And I think if we do that, we've got to be careful of the words there. And we had these fully justified, and I think that will do. Just check on tablet. Fine. Mobile. Fine. Just drag that down a bit, I think. That line spacing looks a bit odd here. If you click on a text element under more, you can play around with it here. Yeah, that looks better. Yeah, it looks better. Yeah, it looks better. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when you do? Right, okay, I think we're there. Now I'm just going to go and look at the other 2 pages of shop and contact us. Let's start with contact us, just because of responsiveness, so that's fine. Perhaps we'll bold that. Yeah. Maybe even just nudge up the old. Yes, that's what I would like. Now you see I've got a similar thing here going on, which is what's going to cause me possible problems when I come to tablet and mobile. So I'm going to do what I did before. I'm going to add in a 1 column container. I'm going to cut that. I'm going to paste it in there, super duper, and then get rid of that there. Now that's going to behave itself on tablet and mobile. So if I go to tablet, you can see here now that's fine there. This, I need some space. I just want to make sure that lines up nicely. There we go. Mobile, again, contact us goes nicely there again, you see. Now what I have got to remember, I should have done this before I put it into my library. So I should have sorted out my mobile and everything first and then put it in my library funnel so I could then paste it with all this done. So I'm going to have to go through here and do that. Font size 11 and move it down a bit. I'll need to do that on all my pages, which I will do. But other than that, I'm just going to sort that out. Oh, in actual fact, yes, I did, didn't I? Gosh, what I did was, let's just rewind. Let's stop. Let's go back to home page. This is now what I want, including in mobile view. Yeah, that's what I want. So I'm going to copy that. Sorry, edit that. I'm going to sort that out because the grading needs to be 180 to be vertical, and save that. And I want to save that into my website header 2. Okay, so what I do need to do is go through all these pages, and I'll start with the contact us. Oops, what do I do? Contact us. I need to get rid of that one. Gone. I need to insert. Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, this is an interesting one. I need to do this because I can't do this at the moment. All I can do for a library element is bosh it below. So that's something I need to sort out. Mental note to do that, because that'll do that. I can then cut it and paste it above. I've got to sort out, there's a couple of things here. This will be sorted out by the time you get to do this. Forgetting that gradient. I'll sort that out by the time you see this, that'll be fixed. So let's just do that again, because that was a bit of a faff really, and I need to I'll sort something out for that, because I want to replace this here. So what I'll do, actually, this is what I'll do. I will add an element underneath the existing one. I'll go to library, I'll choose my website 2, insert, and then I can get rid of that one. There you go, that's the quicker way to do it. And save. And I'm going to zip through these very quickly before we go back and look at, so this one here, choose that, add, come on, behave yourself, add library, and that, and then I can get rid of that. There we go. I'll do that on all the rest. I'll go back and do all of that. So that gets them sorted. Right, let's go to contact us and sort out the responsiveness, and then we're pretty much done. So tablet looks all right. Mobile, now we've got the right, yes, it's now right. You can see it's got our updated version on there. That's fine, that's fine. Now I'll just move down a bit. This button, no, that's no good. Jush. And there is actually in here some spacing to the right. Oh no, I got rid of it. That's cool. Make it easier to read on a mobile. There we go. Yes, liking that. So I just need to zip through these 3 or 4 to do the header, and then we'll have a little quick whiz around and see if we've forgotten anything. Library, stick in my new one. Worst thing, I'm doing this in case you ever update your header and you need to sort of zip through and change them all. Remember that the menu, as long as you go in and save your page, the menu will get updated automatically. Library, bish bash bosh, pop, 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 pop. I could have done all this and re-recorded it, but I think it's worth you seeing sometimes the thought process, because you don't get it right first time. And come on, click. Come on, behave yourself. Hello, what's going on? Thank you. Library, insert. Oh, wrong one. You'll find the funnel, the library funnel, in your funnel manager under your drop-down list of funnels. Everybody's got one. It's unique to yourself. And you can go in and delete what's in there if you want to get rid of old ones. Oh, save. I think we're done. Is this last one? Oh, last one. Bosh, biddly bosh. And there's a couple of things that I'll do just to tidy up at the end, which we will need to do for sharing and stuff like that. But those pages are ready for me to do. I think if I was doing this, so this is the, which one is this? This is the website building. So I think if I was doing this from now, I would, having learned what we've done before, I'd create a one column container. I'd put my heading in there. I'd put that into a one column container so it goes across anything below it. Let's just put that in there and make it the right colour. Was that actually what it was called? Website building? Whatever. Get rid of that, and then I would then go into my etc. Leave it at that. Maybe drag it down a bit. Boop. Okay. Right, now the last thing I want to do is, because we've now pretty much, let's just F5 that, about us, technology services, shop, contact us. Yeah, website done, tick. Got a bit of content in, but jobs are good. And a couple of things you want to do. One is a custom domain name, so I'm going to type in the URL. It's T4S.site/tutorials/custom-domain-name, or go to tutorials and it'll be down the side here. Custom domain name down the bottom side here. For that, I can then put www.whatever.com or .kk or whatever as my URL, which you'll want. And also the page that you share on social media, you want to go to page details. Make sure you've got your homepage is crap. Yeah, you want this to be Web Technology Solutions. Make it even active than that. Home, not really that relevant, but description again, very active description. This is the description that gets shown on search engines, sort of different topic, and when sharing this page on social media, as it's a website, do all pages. Change the image down below, as a website, do for all pages. So you get your title and your description right. You can even get your get that better than home, whatever you want to do, and then change your image. You don't want the image there. You want to choose an image which, whatever it might be. Otherwise, you get the T4S on-site robot, which you don't want. Update, and then you do that for all those pages, because if you go to search engines, they might not find the home page. They might find the marketing services. So you might want web technology solutions, marketing services. That's what will be shown on social media and search engines. Remember that the menu, let's just go in here and show that menu. If you don't put a label in, that's what will go on the menu. Blah. And if you've got web technology solutions before each page, it's redundant. So you will want to go in and change. And here, page details, here, you want what appears on the menu. Description there's rubbish. Make it right. But now, marketing services. So when we do that and preview it now, on that menu, you just get marketing services, which is much better, particularly if you're going to put that as a prefix on all the pages. That's going to look rubbish on a drop down list on a menu. Here, here's another one. I changed home to Web Technology Solutions. That's no good. On my menu, I want that to say home. So I need to edit the page, and on the navigation label, home. Pop in, just in case of catching, I'm just going to go there and save the page, and then refresh. There we go, and home. Okay, because that's what you want. So that's why I think it's good to get it all sorted out in your funnel manager first. But that, other than sort of zipping through, I think what I'll do here is just zip through all my pages and just resave in case I've got any problems. I will have a look at those menus because you shouldn't have to do this. So this is me being open and honest and saying that this is unnecessary, and at some point soon that will be fixed because it shouldn't be necessary, and it's my job to sort those out. It doesn't take long just to zip through all of these, and I've done that one already, Simon. Bish bash bosh. Shop. So this shouldn't be necessary, but I'm just doing it now because it is, and I'll get that sorted out. But there we go. There is my my website. That didn't take long, did it? It's got to put me product and a few words about what I do on technology services and the like, and I've got myself a website called Cracker Barrel and talking about websites. Oh, should we just fix that? That was marketing. I didn't do it. Marketing. I don't know why I'm having to resave these pages. I'll sort that out because they should be automatically sorted out. If you change the label, it should change automatically. So I've got a Cracker Barrel website which is selling digital marketing services. It's a demonstration, but I think overall I'm pretty pleased with that. It didn't take long to get up a website. Oh, while I'm here, this down here, if anybody clicks on that and joins, you're immediately it's to do with affiliate scheme. So if they join and start paying, you get half of what they want. If you don't want that on there, I'll show you how to switch that off. You edit your funnel and go to advanced, and the top one here, tick and close and save, and then that little black box down there, although you might lose out on generating some revenue, won't be there. Add a custom domain name and website's done. Not much more I can do with that, really, is there? So I'm going to wrap all this up into a funnel template you can take off the marketplace, and then you can watch this video time and time again as much as you want and just play out with some of the things that I hope have been useful to you. I will sort out the gradient that's not sticking at 180. I know what's happening. It's maxing out at 100. I'll fix that, so that will be sorted. And the menu updating, I'll work on that because you shouldn't have to go back and resave all your pages. That's the whole point of the automatic menu. But for the time being, I've just gone back through and saved all those pages because I wanted to get this out there. Right, for those of you not interested, you can switch off and fast forward to the outro. If you're interested in the manual version of the menu, I'll quickly show you that. So let me go to a page like website building. The menu picks up all the pages on your site. If you don't want it to do that, you tick on that and it goes back to a cross, and it was as it's always been. I can now click on these as separate menu items. I can change the words. So let's just say, click on that. Home, highlight it, hyperlink, choose a page, that one, done, boom. That's how I did it before, okay? And you do it manually. But once I've got that funny thing about having to resave the pages sorted out, everything else will be automatic if you do it automatically, so why would you bother with this? But if you do, you can then click on this, and if you edit the element, you can add another menu item, and so on. And to delete them, you hover over the individual one, click on it and delete. Hover the individual one, click and delete. I'm not really sure why you'd want to do that. You can't even have drop down lists. So click on that, tick, and it puts it in them automatically for you. Much better. Right, cue outro.